Hello and welcome to HL Season 22, Round 4 here in Friesland for the Dutch. H-Pre will be starting off with Q1, 3 laps of qualifying ahead of us. It'll be very interesting to see who manages to get through into Q2. We've got 13 drivers on the grid, which means only 6 drivers go through into Q2. So those first 6 spots are what everyone will be aiming for here. Friesland, it's quite a simple track. You know, you've got that first hairpin, you've got the first sector really works on the basis of that first hairpin, and then you've got the second sector going down into the bottom right, and the final sector's got the double hairpins that are very interesting. And we've got Strudel right now in first with a 29.52. Sigma Bob's going fast. He's got a purple first sector in the second lap, as we're driving on board with Albono, who's an emergency reserve for Carpathian's Peak here today. It's only a yellow from Sigma Bob. It's a lot of greens in the middle sectors, and Sigma Bob improves to 29.48. It's him and Do Gamer. They're currently looking to go through into Q2. Same with both the Williams, as well as Cola and Combsville for Ricard Supernova and VLP respectively. But there's one more lap to go. Do Gamer goes with a purple middle sector here. I'm not seeing much improvement from drivers outside of the top 6. Juro with a green middle, but it's a yellow first. And we see some switches, but it's the same top 6. Sigma Bob, Do Gamer, Strudel, Nick Hill, Combsville, and Cola through into Q2. 29.75, the slowest time to make it into Q2. Sigma Bob with a very impressive 29.48. Kaletka starts 7th, Jura 8th, Laguno 9th, driving for VLP in his HL debut. This is his first PC weekend. Glow starting 10th, Albono 11th, Phoenix 12th, and PP starts in 13th. But yeah, Q2 now, 3 laps. Here we go. The 2 Rising Goats, the 2 Williams, 1 VLP, and 1 RSR here in Q2. 6 cars. And we are underway, 3 laps. Who can start from pole position here in Friesland? As we're on board with Do Gamer for the first lap. Down into the bottom right he goes. Strudel, Sigma Bob, currently the purple first sector. Strudel's got the purple middle. Who will get the purple final is the question here. Bob going quite safe through it. It's purple from Do Gamer. Sigma Bob on provisional pole at 29.57. Do Gamer next closest is 13 hundredths away with a 29.70. Nick Hill now with a purple first sector. You'll need that. He's only on a 29.80, so he'll be raring to improve. It's a purple middle from Sigma Bob. Lots of greens in the middle, and across the line, Nick Hill .68, Do Gamer .58, Combsville .63, but Bob remains on provisional pole despite failing to improve his lap time. Cola 5th, Strudel 6th as it stands. Here we go, final lap of Q2. Bob is going fast. He's purple middle, he's green first. On the final sector now, will he improve? Will he stay on pole? He improves. .52 Combswell. .55 splitting the Rising Goats. Then we've got Do Gamer, we've got Cola starting 4th, Nick Hill 5th, and Strudel 6th with a 29.75. Bob is your pole setter today, 29.52, but we'll be making our way for the 12 lap sprint where the top 10 of the grid will be reversed. So Bob will be starting from 10th, and it will be Glow starting from pole position as he qualified 10th in Q1. So that'll be very interesting to see how these drivers manage with the challenge of the reverse top 10 grid. Of course, a lot of chaos to be expected in those first laps. We've only got 13 drivers on the grid, so the 3 outside of the top 10 will probably consider themselves unlucky to not start higher up. It is Glow starting from pole for the sprint as he qualified 10th. Laguno on his HL debut, starting from the front row. Glow with a technical issue related stall. Other drivers were informed ahead of time, and it is Laguno that takes the lead of the sprint. Jura following behind, then it's Kaletka, Nick Hill, Kola, Glow in 6th, down to 6th. Laguno's decided to go into the softs. A lot of the drivers here going on hards, a few on the mediums, because it's 12 laps. They're not planning to pit. Laguno will most likely have to pit off of those softs, and we'll have to see how that strategy works out for him. We've got PP running 12 and Phoenix 13. Laguno holding on to that lead, but Jura following close behind. Great stuff for Ricker Supernova. Cole's up to 4th. As it stands, so that's 2nd and 4th right now for RSR. He's got the Williams of Nick Hill looking for a move behind him. He's got Glow. Oh, Do Gamer going off with a teleport there. Thankfully, doesn't seem to have affected anyone with that, but that's still a concerning development. We'll have to see if it continues. Laguno, meanwhile, has ran away from Jura. Jura's lost him here, but of course Laguno is on those softs. Do Gamer looking down the inside of Kola. It's a very risky maneuver, but it works out for him, and he's through into 4th position. Kola looking on the outside a little at Do Gamer, and Nick Hill's behind him, so is Glow. We've got Kaletka ahead of Jura now for P2. Oh, Kola looking down the inside there. Just not enough space to really go for a maneuver there for Kola. It was a very risky move. Though Gamer down the same hairpin now, down the inside of Jura, now round the outside. He's up into 3rd, and he'll be looking to get Kaletka as well. He's decided not to challenge it into turn 1, but now on the exit of turn 1, he gets a better exit, and he's through into 2nd as it stands. Jura tries to go down the inside now for the chicane again, tries to hold a side-by-side there. Very risky moves from Jura here to try and challenge Do Gamer for that P2. Do Gamer, meanwhile, his sights are set on closing down the gap to Laguno as much as possible before the latter has to pit. Jura, Kaletka behind Do Gamer, also challenging Kaletka down the inside on turn 1. Somehow they make it through. Nick Hill round the outside of Glow, retaining P6. Colmesville running P8, then Strudo, Albano and Sigma Bob fighting for P10 as it stands. Bob, of course, starting from 10th. He's a pole sitter. He'll be starting from pole in the feature race. PP running 12th has now separated himself from Phoenix. Laguno, after 6 laps, is now into the pits off the soft tires. And it is a long pit stop here in Friesland. It's about 8.44 seconds. So that might be too difficult a gap to regain in 6 laps. Unfortunate for Laguno. But, you know, if you don't experiment, you don't find out these things. Kaletka is now trying to closely follow Do Gamer still, as Jura has fallen off the back of both of them. Kaletka down the inside into turn 1. Very nicely going side by side there, even though the exit as a result is a bit compromised. Laguno in 11th will be looking to try and gain at least a few positions on those fresh softs, but it might be very tricky. He does have the fastest lap of the race. Do Gamer, and it's another teleport away. Luckily, another one that doesn't affect the rest of the grid. But unless the next teleport is also harmless, he's at very high risk here of DNFing because of that connection. So we'll have to see. It's getting close to the end of the sprint, however. And we've got Jura, meanwhile, he's up into second. Nikhil's fighting, Kola's fighting, Kalitka dropped off a fair bit. Jura makes a mistake on the final turn. 3 cars overtake him. Kalitka trying to go down the inside of Nikhil. Both of them hit the grass. Kola is through into second. He's not too far from Gamer, but he doesn't have the slipstream, and meanwhile Kalitka is gaining back on him. We've got Glow and Comsville fighting for P6. And they've caught up to Nikhil now. I think he made a mistake on count. Kalitka goes wide. And now he's down here as well. It's it's just chaos here, fighting for 4th and for 6th. Comsville and Bob. Oh, Gamer going off again. Again, nobody there, thankfully, to be affected by it. But if this continues in the feature, he'll be in a lot of trouble. So hopefully the connection stuff can be sorted out in between the races. He's definitely gotten a solid gap ahead of Kola in second, nearly a second separating them, and another second or so separating Kola from his teammate Jura. Bob trying to force a move down the inside. Kalitka utilizes that chaos between him and Jura to go back fighting for this podium position. Bob trying to hold on. Jura tries to go for a bit of a dive there. I think he just mistimed the turn. Nikhil going maybe forced off wide. Gamer wins the sprint race. Kola second. Bob rounds off the podium. It's Kalitka and Glow tied for P4 due to the Glow stall. Nikhil finishing in 6th. Jura 7th. Comsville 8th. Laguno with that one stop is 9th with the fastest lap. He improved on it. He got 29.60, previously was .63. Then we have Albano 10th, Strudel 11th, PP 12th, and Phoenix 13th. Ahead of us, 32 laps, 50% rain, feature race. And it will be Sigma Bob starting from pole position, followed by Comsville, followed by Gamer. So it'll be very interesting to see how that goes. It'll be very interesting to see the first ever 50% rain HL feature race. HL. It's called HL now. It's called Horizon League instead of Challenger League. The last time I commentated, it was Challenger League. And the reason it's called that is when you drive around the track, you look out to the horizon and you just wish to yourself, God, I'd rather be there. In any case, it's clouds. I see some drivers starting on the inters, including pole sitter Bob going on the inters. Will that work out for him? Will we see rain close enough? It's a very risky maneuver. Gamer now passes him. Comsville's passed him. Kola is past him. Nikhil will be the next one to look for a move here. Laguna and Kalitka close behind as well. Strudel down to 9th. Jura 11th. Glow dead last 14th. As it stands, those are the inter-tire runners. Kalitka tries to go past Bob. Goes wide on that final hairpin. Gamer's leading us off. Kola right behind. Makes a mistake. Kola's through into the lead of the race. And we're going to have a light rain. It might work out for Bob after all. He'll be hoping for that rain to hit as soon as possible. He's already down to 8th. He's in that pack. He's in the next pack over now. He's really gotten done dirty while the track was still dry. And it'll dry off soon enough. It'll be sunny. And Bob is not happy with that turn of events. Strudel is now back ahead of... he's ahead of him now. Gets forced a bit wide there, you could say. Bob past Albano, past Kalitka, past Nikhil, round the outside, back up into 4th. But the track is drying up. It's clouds and soon it'll be sunny. Comsville with a mistake just goes way too wide. Bob is through, back up into 3rd place, but will he have to pit onto soft tires? Will he stay out for the inters still and hope for the rain to come back again? He's staying out for this lap at least, as the track now dries back up. Gamer and Kola still 1st and 2nd. Gamer looks to have overtaken Kola back for the lead of the race while we were busy following Sigma Bob here. Strudel and Glow on the inters fighting for 7th as it stands. They've got Nick Hill behind them, and Jura, another enters a runner. Glow holding on to 7th for now. Nick Hill down the inside of his teammate, round the outside of his teammate. Him and Mika kind of sandwich him here. Mika, oh, Glow sent into the wall a bit there. And I think he slowed down Strudel there. Oh, and a big rocket of swords between him and Jura. That really caused Jura a lot. Mika to Mika, he wasn't here for the sprint. He's joined us for the feature. He was meant to be ERing for HRT. I'm not sure why he's in the Carpathian's Peak, because that means Carpathian's Peak have got 2 ERs and HRT have none. And of course, by the law, by the rulebook, that means both him and Ben must get executed by guillotine. I don't make the rules, so I'm sorry to hear that, Mika and Ben. But yeah, rules are rules. Kalitka going down the inside of Laguno. Not enough space there to work it out. You'll be trying to go for it further. 4th and 5th for them. Very impressive stuff at the current moment. Nick, however, he's looking for a move here. Laguno's into the pits and the clouds are announced. Glow's the only one still out on the enters. Everyone else of the inter runners has pitted on to hard tires or softs in the case of Strudel. Glow now pits off the inters onto soft tires as the clouds are approaching. We'll have to see if that was the correct choice or if it was more smart of the inter runners to just really bite the bullet. It's heavy rain incoming, and that is very bad news for anyone who's already pitted. And the first people in for wet weather tires are Kalitka, Laguno, no, not Laguno, Kalitka, Nick Hill, Mika, and Albano onto the inters. Laguno now, he just pitted onto softs, now has to pit onto wet weather tires. Bob in 9th Glows decided to stay out on the softs he just put on, and the clouds are coming. Fake rain potentially true for Glow here. So he'll be hoping to try and save that inevitable pit stop, you could say. But he's passed by Bob, passed round the outside by Laguno. No, he's into the pits. He can't deal with the track, with the state of the track at the current moment. Dope Gamer has really run away in first, 3.6 seconds ahead of Cola, who's now under threat from Kalitka and Nick Hill, thanks to them pitting for the inters a bit early. Mika goes very deep on the inside of that final hairpin. Albano is now looking to challenge him for P6. And meanwhile, the rain is coming back. No one out on the dry tires, so no one getting screwed over here extra. And it's clouds again coming soon. Kalitka went into the grass there, passed by Nick Hill. They're still fighting here for second. Cola makes a mistake on the exit of turn 1. Nick Hill through into P2. Cola will be looking to fight back on the chicane. That's not where you fight back. No space on that chicane whatsoever. Combsville, meanwhile, he'll be hoping for these three to battle as much as possible. He'll be looking to try and catch up. Cola down the inside of that final hairpin. Oh! But then left to his own devices and goes deep into the grass on the second hairpin of that final pair. Kalitka down the inside grass on turn 1, and he's dropped back. Combsville is now going to be challenging Kalitka for 4th place. The track is drying up. We've got sun incoming. Doe Gamer profiting madly from this crazy fight for P2. Meanwhile, Mika and Albano fighting for 6. Albano down the inside. Albano around the outside. Was maybe looking for a switch back there, but went a bit too wide for it. Kalitka is into the pits already. Onto soft tires. That's a very interesting maneuver. The track didn't fully dry just yet when he entered the pits. Laguno, Strudel also onto the softs. This is 50% rain we're talking about. That's 8.44 seconds pit loss we're talking about as well. So you would want to be just Oh, Nikhil just slammed into the wall there by Cola. Gotta be aware of the trailers there. Though Gamer's into the pits, onto the softs as well. He'll be looking to try and catch up as quickly as possible in case the rain comes back. He's right behind Colmesville, makes a mistake. Sigma Bob, he's on the back of Ben and Mika. Kalitka running 8th as it stands. That's a big gap to surmount to get back into the midfield. And we've got Clouds incoming as well. That's not good news for the soft tire runners, except maybe Joe Gamer. He's very close to Nikhil and Cola up ahead. He still would lose that pit stop length of time though, wouldn't he? But the Inter tires, on the other hand, must be starting to get worn. So if the rain were to come back, Cola and Nikhil might actually opt for a new set of Inters. And then it's heavy rain coming back right as we speak. Nikhil goes wide on turn 1. Do Gamers past him. And he's now behind Cola. He's looking for a move into that chicane. And again, like we've seen a few times already, you don't go for a move into that chicane. It's just, there's no... Oh, he goes wide as the rain heads back. There's no guarantee that they'll leave that space for you on that chicane, and they shouldn't have to, because it's a very tight chicane. It's very difficult to leave a side-by-side space there unless you compromise your own line. And the rain has hit back, and that's Colmesville up to P3. That's Albono in 4th, Bob in 5th, Mika has dropped off the back of them a bit, he's in 6th. Though Gamer has opted onto the wet tires instead of the Inters. It is heavy rain, so that might work out for him if the rain were to stick around. Cola's into the pits, onto a set of wets as well. He can't drive on those Inters any longer. And he comes out just behind Though Gamer. Though Gamer with an undercut of sorts here. And we might be seeing a fight for the provisional lead of the race. Ben, meanwhile, he's on the back of Bob now. Bob's overtaken him. He's looking to try and just keep up. And he's thinking to himself right now, because he's fighting for a podium. He's up in 4th. He's fighting for a podium here. And he's thinking to himself, God, I need to sandbag this somehow. Drop down to like 10th. Because the URA will just block my JO1 ban with this performance I'm having here. He didn't expect anything from this race. He came in as an emergency reserve for a bit of fun, I guess, just driving around. And now he's fighting for an HL podium. He's up in 3rd now as Nikhil enters the pits onto a fresh self-enters. He's up in 3rd, fighting for 2nd as it stands. Of course, depending on strategy, depending on wrinkles, but he is currently up in 3rd position. What an interesting race. Colmesville currently leading the race as well. The latest VLP talent. And it will be very interesting to see him paired up here with Laguno, the mobile champion. I'm pretty sure multiple times mobile champion, and now he's finally making the foray into the PC community, the most awaited switch over to PC of all time, and it will be very interesting to see how he forges ahead. He finished 6th in a JL race earlier today. Bob is now into the pits onto a fresh set. Though Gamer inherits the lead of the race. Everyone that was still out has now pitted for a fresh set of Inter tires, as their previous ones have simply worn out. Cola driving on the back of Though Gamer, and now he's looking for a move maybe here around the outside, and he is past Though Gamer here into the hairpins. They go. Cola in the lead of the race. Nikhil will be hoping for both of them to battle as much as possible. Nikhil needs to make the most of the Inter conditions we currently have. because with the heavy rain intensifying, they're slowly slipping away, and Doe Gamer and Cola will have the advantage with the wet weather tires. Colesville 4th, Bob from Paul currently in 5th. That risk at the start on the inter start just didn't work out quite for him, but he's gained back some positions from then on. It's 6th for Albano, 7th for Kaletka. It was screwed over when he... Laguno there lets PP through, but accidentally brake checks him while trying to do so. I think he forced PP wide there. That's why he wanted to give the position back to him. They're running 11th and 12th. Jura not too far behind them. But yeah, Kalitka screwed over by that soft choice earlier on, and then the rain came back, and of course he was a fair bit behind the pack that he was previously involved in, and that's really decided his current positioning. And now he's looking to try and catch Albano, but he's also got Mika a second behind him. It's a fight for 6th place that is brewing. Meanwhile, we're of course on board with Kola, watching him look for another move on Doe Gamer to try and get his feature race win. And Nick Hill not too far behind, slowly closing in, but of course on the worst tires for the current weather conditions. Cola's happy to stick behind for now, looks like. I don't see him going for any overtake. He's looking quite patient, just following Doe Gamer for now. Was maybe thinking of something there, but he's backed out of it. It's a 30.95 from Nick Hill here. 200s faster than Doe Gamer despite the heavy rain. He does have the fresher tires, even if they're not as... Oh, and he makes a mistake now. A commentator's curse there. A bit of lag there, of course. Laguno's ghosted, but... Oh, Doe Gamer, massive mistake on the second last hairpin. Kola is into the leader race by nearly a second. And this might have just decided the entire feature race result. And Doe Gamer with another mistake now on turn 1 of the next lap of lap 28. And Nick Hill is sensing like a shark, sensing the blood in the water here as Doe Gamer is floundering. He's lost an entire second, over a second to Kola now in the span of 2 turns. 3 turns if you count the hairpin in between them. And that is not good news for Doe Gamer. He's got Nick Hill now looking to chase him down. We've got light rain at the current moment. It's still heavy rain. It's still wet weather conditions. I think Kola went wide there. He lost a little bit of time. And now it's starting to become interest condition. It's starting to dry. The track is starting to dry. The clouds are coming in. I wasn't paying attention. I'm not sure if the sun is coming in, but you can see the wet meter going off. Laguno there was going on between him and PP. We're also seeing that entire chaos. PP's into the pits. He's into the pits now. So is Laguno. They're off their dead wets. Laguno's onto the editors. PP onto the wet weather tires again. Doe Gamer makes a mistake. Nick Hill makes the same mistake on the chicane. Completely unprompted, unforced from both of them. As Kola is just holding on to that 1 second or so gap out in front. Nick Hill is closing down on Doe Gamer. And we've had a heavy rain announcement. We're now having a cloud announcement again. So I'd say this is light rain conditions. Very hard to tell. Colmesville and Sigma Bob, they're fighting for 4th in the meantime. Kola running away with it. Doe Gamer is just trying to do his best here. 31.83. Did not see what Nick Hill's last lap was. Colmesville goes wide. Sigma Bob into 4th position. We're on the penultimate lap. And Nick Hill's past Doe Gamer. That happened off screen. And the two of them are still fighting for 2nd here as we go to the final lap. Nick Hill goes wide. Doe Gamer's past him. Kola's out into the distance. They're not going to gain anything on them. They're focused now on this P2 battle. Kola is looking to just try and get that win. Nick Hill goes too much on the inside on that bottom right corner. Kola through the final hairpins. Nick Hill and Dogamer still fighting. Dogamer down the inside. Nick Hill on his back now round the outside. Kola wins the feature race. Who will it be? It's Nick Hill in second. Dogamer rounds off the podium. His teammate Sigma Bob fourth. Colmesville fifth. Albono the emergency reserve in sixth. Mika in seventh. The guillotine men 6-7 for them. Kalitka in eighth. Strudel coming across the line in 9th. Glow will cross the line in 10th. Jura in the end beating PP and Laguno by a fair bit in 11th. It will be PP 12th and Laguno 13th. And he drives into the grass in the final turn. I don't think he cares. I don't think it matters for him. It will be 14th. For Phoenix. What a race we had here. Kola for Rekar Supernova with the HL feature race win. The H-Pre victory here in Friesland, here in the Dutch H-Pre. Amazing stuff from him, and he held on to that 1 second or so gap. 1.28 seconds in the end for a very solid amount of time, for as long as he needed to after that unprompted mistake from Dogamer, who didn't have any connection issues thankfully here in the feature. Unlike the sprint, he finishes third with the fastest lap. Nick Hill finishing second. It's a 3-4 for Rising Go as Bob manages to recover to a fourth after that tricky start. Colmesville fifth, Albono sixth, Mika 7th. Kalitka, Strudel, Glow round off the top 10. Jura, PP, Laguno, Phoenix. That is the results of the 14 drivers out here today, and we'll see you next week.